All right, so I have in number 64 two compositions that they've told me about. So they've told me that if I do v first and then u, I get 1 over x squared minus 1. And if I do u first and then v, I get 1 over x minus 1 all squared. Right? So the questions they're asking for are find possible u of x is stuff and v of x is stuff. Like find some formulas that might work for this. You guys all kind of with me on this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So approaches?
Well,
What do you think, like, what are the things that are happening in these functions?
V is anything to
X minus
x.
1 is a factor. Somehow, like 1 over x minus 1. Or
Okay, so somehow these two functions are made out of 3 ideas at least, right?
Right.
What are the 3 basic ideas that these two functions seem to be made out of?
1 over x.
There's 1 over something.
So they seem to be made out of 1 over stuff.
There's an x
X
minus
minus
1.
1.
There's x minus 1,
There's a square.
and there's some kind of squaring going on.
Yeah.
Right, so probably 2 of these together make u, and the other 2, and 1 of them makes v.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Fair.
that kind of only makes sense?
Yeah.
So one thing we could do is we could just draw the 2 diagrams. So this is going to be u done to v. Right? So
Yeah.
what's the first thing you do in u done to v?
Square.
Square first. You got step 1, squaring. Step 2 is subtract 1. And last step is
Divide over that.
1 over that. You guys with me on that? And that's v happening first. So v is going to either be squaring or squaring minus 1. Okay? Let me draw the diagram for the other one. So for the other one, if I do v first and then u, what do you do first? Subtract 1. Then you square. And then you line.
You don't rectangle it.
And then the last step is you 1 over the stuff, that thing.
You put it as its reciprocal.
Okay. So. Uh-oh. Huh. What happened?
Well, your first 2 steps are the same thing as you did, which means that you made your u and v kind of have similar functions.
Yeah, I have a slightly strange problem here. In that it doesn't seem like, so my issue is like, hey, I should be able to see that one function's happening first here, right? That's like either squaring and subtracting 1, or maybe just squaring by itself.
Mm.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
Like somehow my picture doesn't seem to be helping me. I was really hoping that I'd be able to see like
Well,
these 2 steps would be right there or something.
Well, I mean, can you do it? Can you look at it in the same way that you looked at the last one? Where you kind of like look at it reverse.
Yeah, we could do that. That's a good idea. We could try to back part way out of this or something.
Yeah, to figure out one of the functions.
Another thing we could do is just kind of eyeball it, right?
Could you,
That's what I think.
That's what you guys did?
Yeah.
so, could you switch the 1 over stuff in a square in the second one? Because technically squaring the top and the bottom gives you 1 squared.
Yeah,
X minus 1 squared.
you guys see that? Like, I was really hoping that this would be slick, but these 2 steps are actually interchangeable in order, right?
Yeah.
So if I interchange their order, right, and the only reason I'm allowed to interchange their order is that squaring 1 over stuff is the same thing as squaring first and then doing 1 over the stuff.
Yeah.
That's a lucky coincidence. That doesn't always happen, right? And now I think it should be pretty clear that this guy and this guy agree, right? You guys see that? So which thing was that supposed to be?
1 over x minus u is that.
Yeah, that could be u, right? That could be the thing that happens second up here, so that's u, and first down here, so that's also u. And then what does that make v?
Square.
So I think if we call u of x something, v of x is squaring, right?
Yeah.
So that's just x squared. And then what's v, or what's u?
1 over x minus 1.
1 over x minus 1? Yeah? You guys with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How would you get that out of the bubble? Yeah, like if I wanted to get that formula for u out of this bubble diagram, start with an x here, right? That you're going to do u to. So the first thing you do is you subtract 1.
Yeah.
So that'll get you to x minus 1 here. And then you're going to do 1 over the stuff, so you get to 1 over x minus 1. So that's where I got that formula, right? That's x goes to 1 over x minus 1. Is all with that?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Trial and error would also get you there. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that those are flippable.
So how would you do it if they weren't flippable?
If they weren't flippable, you'd be totally screwed. Yeah, that's why I was disappointed with my approach. If I had noticed that they weren't if I had noticed that those two functions were commutative, I probably would have tried this by trial and error instead of by trying to do this slick picture thing. The picture thing will work better if the order actually matters for all the functions.
Could you have noticed that without drawing the diagram?
If I had been watching for it, maybe, but no, apparently not.